All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Ruqayya Hashim Abed.
May it please the court, I move Ruqayya Hashim Abed to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ruqayya Hashim Abed be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Please the court.
Mark Anthony Lucero Anlap.
May it please the court, I move that Mark Anthony Lucero Anlap be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mark Anthony Lucero Anlap be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Please the court.
Elizabeth Kate Barber.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Elizabeth Kate Barber be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Kate Barber be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madison Antonia Carley.
May it please the court, I move that my cousin Madison Antonia Carley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madison Antonia Carley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cindy Chang.
May it please the court, I move that Cindy Chang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cindy Chang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Victoria Shang Yu Chen.
May it please the court, I move that Victoria Shang Yue Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Victoria Shang Yu Chen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tanae Trevor Chirapa.
May it please the court, I move Tinae Trevor Chirapa to be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tanae Trevor Chirapa be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Ann Christian.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Ann Christian be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Ann Christian be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eliza Rose Cook.
May it please the court, I move that Eliza Rose Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eliza Rose Cook be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Josephine Rose Dalsted.
May it please the court, I move that Josephine Rose Dalsted be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Josephine Rose Dalsted be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephanie Demetriou.
May it please the court, I move that Stephanie Demetriou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephanie Demetriou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Isabel Elliott.
May it please the court, I move that Sophie Isabel Elliott be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophie Isabel Elliott be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nicholas Alexander Forbett.
May it please the court, I move that Nicholas Alexander Forbett be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nicholas Alexander Forbett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Gagan.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Gagan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Gagan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Morgan Elaine Graham.
May it please the court, I move that Morgan Elaine Graham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Morgan Elaine Graham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Morgan Bernice Griffith.
May it please the court, I move that Morgan Bernice Griffith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Morgan Bernice Griffiths be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mayumi Hattori Martins.
May it please the court, I move that Mayumi Hattori Martins be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mayumi Hattori Martins be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matilda Bell Hunt.
May it please the court, I move that Matilda Bell Hunt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matilda Bell Hunt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alexander Jake Isaac.
May it please the court, I move that Alexander Jake Isaac be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alexander Jake Isaac be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yang Yang Zhao.
May it please the court, I move that be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yang Yang Zhao be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Radith Rubaiyat Khan.
May it please the court, I move that Radith Rubaiyat Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Radith Rubaiyat Khan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Adriana Livaja.
May it please the court, I move that Adriana Livaja be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Adriana Lavaja be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tiffany Marie Mace.
May it please the court, I move that Tiffany Marie Mace be admitted as a lawyer in this honourable court.
Let Tiffany Marie Mace be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Grace Maria Ma.
May it please the court, I move that my fiancée, Grace Maria Ma, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Grace Maria Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Louise Mathieu.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Louise Mattia be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Georgia Louise Mattia be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brianna Neri Munoz.
May it please the court, I move that Brianna Neri Munoz be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brianna Neri Munoz be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elisha Vandana Nuaz.
May it please the court, I move that Elisha Vandana Nuaz be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elisha Vandana Nuaz be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Jane O'Grady.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Georgia Jane O'Grady, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Georgia Jane O'Grady be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Jade Orlick.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Jade Orlick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Jade Orlick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Edwina Usby.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Edwina Usby be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Edwina Usby be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brian Pak Yun Pang.
May it please the court, I move that Brian Pak Yun Pang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brian Pak Yun Pang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sebastiano Patain.
May it please the court, I move that Sebastiano Patain be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sebastiano Patan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Summer Rose Ray.
May it please the court, I move that Summer Rose Ray be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Summer Rose Ray be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Georgia Ann Renard.
May it please the court, I move that Georgia Ann Renard be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Georgia Ann Renard be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jonathan Ross.
May it please the court, I move that Jonathan Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jonathan Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Louise Ross.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Louise Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Louise Ross be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julia Adriana Saab.
May it please the court, I move that Julia Adriana Saab be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Julia Adriana Saab be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hayley Shona.
May it please the court, I move that Hayley Shona be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hayley Shona be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ji Ying Sheng.
May it please the court, I move that Ji Ying Sheng be admitted as a legal practitioner of this honourable court.
Let Ji Ying Sheng be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Celine Stiliano.
May it please the court, I move that Celine Stiliano be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Celine Stiliano be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Jane Treby.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Jane Treby be admitted as a lawyer in this honourable court.
Let Emily Jane Treby be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Charlotte Ninette Isabel Trent.
May it please the court, I move that Charlotte Nanette Isabel Trent be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Charlotte Nanette Isabel Trent be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Xinyu Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Xinyu Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Xinyu Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samantha Lee Watson.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter Samantha Lee Watson be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Samantha Lee Watson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Eric Nelson Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Eric Nelson Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Eric Nelson Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Y Lam Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Y Lam Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Y Lam Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chen Meng Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Tian Meng Yang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tian Meng Yang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ju Hee Yun.
May it please the court, I move that Ju Hee Yun be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ju Hee Yun be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Benjamin Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Benjamin Zhang be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Benjamin Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Roshui Zhang.
May it please the court, I move that Ruoshui Zhang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Roshi Zhuang be admitted as a lawyer of this court. Now, it would be necessary for those applicants whose admission has just been moved to stand and remain standing for the purpose of swearing an oath or making a declaration. Please stand as directed by the officiating officer.
Could the first two rows on my right please stand? Rukiah Hashim Abed. Mark Anthony Lucero Anlap. Elizabeth Kate Barber. Madison Antonia Carley. Cindy Chang. Victoria Shungyu Chen. Tinae Trevor Chirapa. Ashley Ann Christian. Eliza Rose Cook. Josephine Rose Dalston. Stephanie Demetriou. Sophie Isabel Elliott. Nicholas Alexander Forbett. Madeline Gagan. Morgan Elaine Graham. And Morgan Bernice Griffiths. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down. And could the third and fourth row to my right please stand? Mayumi Hattori Martins. Matilda Bell Hunt. Alexander Jake Isaac. Yang Yang Zhao. Rabiat Khan. Adriana Livaja. Tiffany Marie Mace. Grace Maria Ma. Georgia Louise Matia. Brianna Neri Munoz. Elisha Vandana Nuez. Georgia Jane O'Grady. Isabel Jade Orlick. Isabella Edwina Usby. Brian Pakyun Pang. Sebastiano Patain. Summer Rose Ray. Georgia Ann Renard. Jonathan Ross. Madeline Louise Ross. Julia Adriana Saab. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the two rows to my left please stand? Hayley Shona. Ji Ying Sheng. Celine Stiliano. Emily Jane Treby. Charlotte Ninette Isabel Trent. Xinyu Wang. Samantha Lee Watson. Eric Nelson Wong. Y Lam Wong. Tian Meng Yang. Ju Hee Yun, Benjamin Zhang, and Rushi Zhang. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Now that the formal part of the admission ceremony is over, can I warmly welcome you all to the Supreme Court of New South Wales. I am Justice Beach Jones and I am Chief Judge of the Common Law Division of the Supreme Court. Present with me on the bench today is Justice Button, who is sitting to my right, Justice Adams, who is sitting to my immediate left, and Justice Weinstein, who is sitting next to Justice Button. I'm proud to say they are all judges of the Common Law Division. Together, the four of us constitute the Supreme Court of New South Wales that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice. Can I also say that joining us on the bench today are His Honour Judge Marnie and His Honour Judge Hunt of the District Court, and we welcome them very much. This court building is located on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. The court pays its respect to the Gadigal elders, past, present and emerging, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. To all the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for celebration. We all know how hard you have worked to get here. I'm pleased to welcome those of you today in person and are also watching on live stream. For many of you newly admitted lawyers, the support of your family and friends has no doubt been invaluable. I presume they've been on the receiving end of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion. I'm sure they displayed great patience throughout that experience. I encourage you to take time to thank them today. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession, with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century. This court first admitted lawyers in 1824, nearly 200 years ago, and by 1830 the names of lawyers were entered onto the rolls of this state, which you will do immediately after this ceremony ends. It is in acknowledgement of this history and the responsibilities that you have just assumed that we observe today's formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you've made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers. They are all witnesses to the promises and undertakings you have made today. In terms of tradition and formality, you will see from the portraits on the walls of the court that we are wearing the same robes, and in some cases literally the same robes, as have been worn by our predecessors. Believe me, we do not wear them for comfort, fashion, and speaking only for myself, I do not wear it out of personal choice. However, the continuity of these form of robes highlights the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales. That continuity is something the whole community can be justifiably proud of. There are very few countries in the world that have had as long as continuity in the rule of law as Australia has. In a world in which there is much global uncertainty and insecurity, and where even comparable countries with similar institutions appear to be under great stress, the rule of law is now more important than ever. The rule of law stands in contrast to the rule of force. A society that is governed by and respects the rule of law does not suffer arbitrary abuses of power. The rule of law is the antidote to the rule of autocratic dictators and also to populists who undermine their own country's democracies. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. Whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law office, a government department or agency, a union or an industrial organisation, or in an entirely different area, You should be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these values. Now, despite the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, and to which I've just referred, not everything in the legal profession remains unchanged. Can I mention two important drivers of change? The rapid technological shift brought about by the pandemic has had profound and ongoing implications for the way in which our legal system interacts with members of the community. It's also delivered greater workplace flexibility for practitioners, particularly those with family responsibilities and those in regional and remote communities. Now, while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, the practices of the law is of necessity has human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, how they perform under pressure, and how they deal with each other. Another important driver of change is the increasing diversity in the legal profession, including the judiciary. This is very much a work in progress. In terms of female lawyers, we've come very far, but there still needs much to be done. In New South Wales, women were originally not even permitted to be practiced as lawyers, but since 2018, they've made up more than half of all solicitors with practicing certificates in New South Wales, and they currently make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 30. Some of the most senior positions in the law in Australia are held by distinguished female lawyers, including the Chief Justice of the High Court, the Chief Justice of the Federal Court, the Chief Justices of Victoria, Queensland, and the Australian Capital Territory, the President of this Court's Court of Appeal, this state's Director of Public Prosecutions and Senior Public Defender, as well as the Presidents of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society of New South Wales. Even so, there's still much to be done in terms of gender equality, and there is far more to be done to achieve a legal profession and a judiciary that is truly representative of our multicultural society and all socio-economic backgrounds. These forms of diversity amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can properly and fairly be heard and have their rights respected. A legal profession and a judiciary that truly reflects the society we serve is the best means of preserving confidence in the law and enhancing the rule of law. Now, the admission ceremonies in which I've sat since becoming a judge more than 11 years ago, including today's, highlight that there is now far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when I commenced to practice. That is a very good thing, and I no doubt leaders of the profession and the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. However, the task of building a legal profession that truly represents the community served will also fall to you as future leaders of the profession and the community. Now, can I offer you a little bit of professional and personal advice for free? As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you develop to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you will inevitably make some mistakes, some minor, some more serious. Everyone makes mistakes from time to time. What tests us as ethical professionals is how we respond when we make mistakes. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means you must take responsibility to correct what you can and learn from the errors. Now, one form of mistake that is often made is to give clients the advice you think they want to hear. Empathy and understanding are a very good skill set for those giving advice, but telling clients what they want to hear will do them and you a disservice in the medium to long term when the true picture emerges. Being a lawyer means you're an advisor, a problem solver, a mediator, and an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember you're not just dealing with the law in a vacuum, but law as it applies to people's lives. An individual in need of your services as a lawyer is usually someone facing some kind of grave personal challenge or crisis. It could affect their liberty, their property, their personal well-being or health, or their financial position. For those reasons, you must always strive to deliver legal services not just competently and fearlessly, but with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances. Now, in that context, can I emphasise the importance of civility? Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in litigation, are confrontational. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between legal practitioners adding to the mix. It is essential you maintain your detachment, your balance, and your good humour, remembering at all times you are members of a profession and not a business. The second last piece of advice I'll provide is to remember that it is the responsibility of all levels of the legal profession and the judiciary to make the law intelligible and understandable. The best judges give clear guidance to juries about the law they must apply to decide an accused's guilt or innocence. The best advocates make their points to courts simply and succinctly. The best solicitors explain the law to their clients in understandable terms, no matter what their client's personal circumstances are. For a non-lawyer, the law can sometimes seem incomprehensible. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make law accessible to others, sometimes by unravelling legal complexities, other times by deciphering poor legal drafting, and sometimes by simply getting to the bottom of messy factual situations and explaining them to the client in their proper legal framework. Try to be clear and concise at all times in both your writing and your speaking. If you do so, that will facilitate access to justice for all. Lastly, can I emphasise that in the practice of the law, your physical and mental well-being are extremely important. There will be times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Clients are often under great stress, and it's easy to absorb that stress yourself. You must work hard to keep your balance and keep your eye out to ensure your colleagues do as well. If you get overwhelmed by it all, and frankly we have all done that from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Remember, the law is a highly collegiate profession. If you're feeling the strain, chances others are as well. Now, in this context, I'd like to call upon the young representatives of the New South Wales Bar Association and the Law Society to say a few words. Ms. Mears, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Michelle Mears and I'm a barrister at 2 Selborne Chambers. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and all backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job and that it allows me to give expert advice to and represent people in court and to contribute to our society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. And each year there is a Career at the Bar Open Day. In your first year of practice as a reader, like myself, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority who meet with you regularly, review your work and teach you practical skills. They support you, and that support is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee. This committee organises social and educational events for barristers in their first 5 years of practice. There is also a diversity and equality committee which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association. This is to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual preference. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or the Bar Association and use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. It brings back memories for me, welcoming you all here today. It was exactly 9 years ago that I stood where you are today. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Yes, thank you, Ms Mears. Ms Ugit from the Law Society, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Sarah Gidget, and not so long ago, I was being admitted as you are today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as a final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud for what you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy and often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today, after 2 years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you I've learnt a thing or two. One of the most significant things I have learnt is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now all belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for over 2 years. Here I've found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you to our community. Please.
Thank you, Ms Ugit. Let me just finish by noting the law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging and satisfying. It's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people. You should be proud to be a lawyer. You should be proud of your own achievements to date and proud of the profession you've just joined. The legal profession is an important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community. You are now a very important part of that very important profession. Work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. On behalf of all the judges of the Supreme Court, I congratulate you on your admission and I welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.